Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, how nice you are, how much you try, she just doesn't seem to feel the same? Like there's this invisible wall between what you think she wants and who you actually are. I've seen it over and over. Amazing, kind, smart guys trying to twist themselves into someone they think she'll like. And ironically, that's exactly why she doesn't. In this episode, I want to share a perspective most guys never hear, from someone who's been on the other side. I'll walk you through why trying too hard often backfires, the subtle behaviors that create attraction without faking anything, and the psychology of how real connection is formed. This isn't about tricks or pickup lines. It's about becoming the version of you that actually attracts, because it's real. I'll never forget this one guy I dated in college. Let's call him Sam. On paper, he was perfect. Tall, smart, emotionally available, which at that age felt like a rare Pokemon, and genuinely into me. But for some reason, something always felt off. Like every conversation we had, I could feel him filtering himself. He never disagreed, he never challenged me, and after a while, being with him felt less like dating and more like being interviewed. Looking back now, I realize he wasn't being fake, he was just afraid to be real. He was trying so hard to be liked, but I never got to actually like him. One of the most fascinating principles in attraction psychology is something called the mirror effect. It's the idea that when we interact with someone, we subconsciously mirror their energy, confidence, and sense of self. If you're tense, she feels tense. If you seem unsure about who you are, she becomes unsure about you too. And here's the kicker. We only feel drawn to people who feel grounded in themselves. Not perfect, not overconfident, just settled, like they're not trying to convince you of anything. Let me show you how this plays out in real life, in something as simple as texting. Imagine two guys texting the same girl after a fun first date. Guy A, nervous. Hey, had an amazing time, hope I didn't talk too much, LOL. You probably get bored of guys rambling. Anyway, if you're free sometime, I'd love to hang out again, but no pressure, of course. Guy B, confident. Had a great time yesterday. You have that rare combo of smart and funny. I wasn't expecting that. Let's do round 2 next week. Who do you think she's more likely to feel attracted to? It's not about arrogance. It's about energy. Guy B sounds centered, like someone who knows his value. Guy A sounds like he's chasing approval. There's a concept in behavioral psychology called the law of least effort. And that doesn't mean being lazy. It means people are naturally drawn to the path of least resistance. Emotionally, we gravitate toward people who make us feel calm, not chaotic. When a guy seems overly eager, overly apologetic, or constantly self-monitoring, it creates tension in the interaction. And tension, when it's not playful or sexy, becomes repelling. But when someone is comfortable in their own skin, the energy is smooth, playful, effortless. That's what draws people in. Funny thing is, I once fell hard for a guy who was totally not my type. He wasn't flashy, he didn't send good morning texts every day, but the way he talked to me. He wasn't trying to win me, he was just with me. He said what he thought. He didn't flinch when we disagreed, and when he complimented me, it felt real, not like he was hoping I'd return it. And you know what? That confidence, that calm, it was so rare I couldn't stop thinking about it. That's the irony. When a guy stops trying to make her like him and starts just being himself, that's often when she starts liking him back. Here's a final gem from psychology. Self-expansion theory. It says we're drawn to people who expand our sense of self, who make us feel more alive, curious, challenged. That doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being a little bold, a little weird, unapologetically you. When a guy shares his strange Spotify playlist, or admits he cried during Interstellar, or asks an honest question no one ever asks, it creates a spark. Not because he's trying to be interesting, but because he's letting someone see who he really is. Let's pause here. I want to call out a common mistakes I've seen. Over-agreeing. You don't have to love rom-coms just because she does. Disagreement, when done respectfully, builds depth. Texting nonstop. Constant contact doesn't build connection. Space lets attraction breathe. Seeking reassurance. If you keep asking if she's still into you, she probably won't be. Being nice at your own expense. Kindness is great, but not if it's masking fear of rejection. Before you say something to her, ask yourself, am I saying to express who I am or to get her to like me? That one question can change everything. Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you let someone really see you, flaws and all, without trying to manage how they saw you? What happened? Drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it.